Originally constructed in 1996, Las Vegas Motor Speedway held its first major event in September of that year, an IRL race won by Richie Hearn. The first NASCAR event, a NASCAR Truck Series race, followed 2 months later. The NASCAR Xfinity Series paid a visit in 1997, before the NASCAR Cup Series arrived in 1998. Marking the beginning of the track's long-term success. Changes to the oval in 2006 made it a more competitive venue for stock cars. This major renovation revamped the banking, upping it from a modest 12 degrees to 20. Not only that, but the corners were banked progressively, meaning the further up the surface, the steeper the banking got. Lap times got quicker, racing got more competitive. The current stock car track record held by Kurt Busch at just over 196 miles an hour. Tonight, it's the Numb Thumbs Racing League ARCA Series, round 17, and it's coming up next here on HBR TV. Race details for tonight at Vegas. I believe we got 125 laps around the diamond in the desert. 66 degrees, low 24% humidity. Track temp 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Plenty of grip to be had out there, and certainly going to be fun to watch here tonight. Practice is in the books. We'll take a look at the top times in the practice session. It was indeed Ricky Fagande the second in the number 32, Zeth Hawley, Bryce Borer, Mark Collins, John Osborne. That was the top 5 in the practice session. Currently underway, qualifying. Let's go down trackside, get a look at the session as it goes. A 10-minute session. You get 2 laps to try and get it done as we take a peek here at the number 32. It is Ricky Fagande. Again, I know I was messing it up the last time. I forget if I've got it right now or not, but Ricky, either way, good-looking tide ride out there, the Ford Taurus. .32 crosses the stripe, takes the green flag on his first lap of the session. Right now, the 5 of Borer, top of the board, a 30.54. Ricky taking the top side here, trying to build some momentum. Going to make the second lap likely to be his quicker lap. Fresh tires, usually the short way around is best. You see he does drop it down to the apron. First lap, 5th quick, 30.792. We'll stay here with Ricky again. He was quickest in the practice session. We'll see what kind of lap we get out of him his second time around. Down the Nellis straightaway into turn 3. Looking good so far. 30.54. That's what he's aiming for to beat. See if he can put the tide ride on the pole position. Off turn 4. Drops it down to the flat once again. Crosses the stripe. Takes the shortcut the best he can. A 30.411 for the number 32 machine. Not exactly sure what's happened here. The second lap shows faster, but Borer is still listed as the pole sitter. We'll have to get that straightened out here. Toby Blakesley on track. His first lap, a 31.306. That's 10th quick. .723 for Blakesley. That puts him 7th fast. Still trying to figure out exactly what went on here with the 32. No off track. Borer's lap on my live timing shows a 30.33, but the scoreboard here on the left of your screen, a 30.54. So it seems accurate. It's just displaying incorrectly. We're going to reload the overlay here just for a moment. Make sure we're not having issues there. There it is. It did correct the time. Fagande in the pit stop in the pit box here, finishes up his qualifying run. Second fast, still a front row starting position. Go to Mark Collins here in the number 45 machine. Collins with the, looks like a DuPont livery, but it's got the Numb Thumbs Gaming livery on it. As far as the sponsors go, again, this is the Numb Thumbs Racing League, so Numb Thumbs Gaming, a huge part of this. You'll notice Vincent Short absent this evening. Vincent taking a night off and soaking in the racing action out at Fairbury Speedway. Going to be a spectator instead of a driver. He's going to take a hit in the points. It's not going to be significant, but enough to make a dent. Derek Welch is here. Expect a good night out of the one of Welch. First lap for Collins, 30.872. Currently sits 11th in the standings. A little loose off 4, keeps it straight, keeps his foot in the throttle. Crosses the stripe, second lap complete for Collins. It's a 30.469. Fourth quick, a good lap, big pickup. Solid 0.4 faster than his first lap. Go to Dave Harden. Got to give the 34 some car wash coupons. Looks like he went mudding with the thing. Unless that's rust. Could be rust. .32 flat for lap 1, 13th quick. Oh, he gets the fence off turn 4. That's going to throw that lap away. Couple of drivers yet to take a time, but we're going to step aside here and get a break out of the way before we get to our starting grid for tonight's race here at Las Vegas. Stay with us, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's our starting grid on the pole with Tribe Motorsport. It is Bryce Bohr in the 5, to the outside, the 32 of Ricky Fagande, the 2nd out of New England. Row number 2, the 81 of John Osborne, flanked by the 45 of Mark Collins. Row 3, it's James Bowden in the 53 with Edward Gulayev on the 82. Again, sorry guys, I'm going to butcher some names here. Row number 4, it's Double Ot Joe Bennett, and of course the Double Ot machine with North-South Motorsports. Derek Welch, hot contender in the point standings. He'll start from the 8th position. 9th goes to Toby Blakesley in the number 97. 10th starting position, Jason Kraft, the number 23 machine. 11th starting position, Zeth Hawley with EV Racing. 12th goes to Dave Hoitzma, the number 79, with Dave Harden, the number 34, starting 13th. 14th goes to Chris Clark in the number 7 with Richard Gray, the 110 in the 15th starting position. Last but not least, it is Tom Barish, the number 55 with Duke E. Smears Racing, number 16th starting position. Shotgun on the field. Your starting grid here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Field out on the formation lap. Again, quick lap out of the 5 of Bryce Bohr. Let's see if the 32 of Fagande's got anything for him. We'll have to take a look and watch. Derek Welch, usually pretty quick out here in this ARCA series. We'll have to see if he can work his way through the mid-pack and get towards the front of the field. Going to be a solid night regardless. Keep in mind, everybody, we do have stage breaks tonight, lap 25 and lap 50. So a bit of a natural break here tonight. We will get that. One formation lap. We're going to be under the green flag this time by. Pace car peels off the banking, and we are ready to go racing from Sin City. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway from Vegas.
Caution is out.
Trouble on the speedway already. Tom Barish in trouble. Many other cars involved in it as well. Toby Blakesley, the 34 in it. David Harden to complete lap number 1. Big trouble. Big damage on the 34. David Harden in deep trouble there. Right front, definitely broken suspension. Nose is missing off that machine. Let's get a look at it here. Looks like Tom Barish kicked this thing off. We're going to look at it from the tower, see what we can see. Oh, we had a car backwards, the 97. So it looks like Toby Blakesley already in this. We'll start over, watch it one more time from the tower, see what's happening here with the number 97 Sheets machine. Gotta love Sheets. Oh, Derek Welch in this. Maybe a little bit of contact. Derek drifts it up the track. Little contact with the 97. He keeps it going forward, so minimal damage for Derek Welch. But the 97 just drifts up the track. You got to lock it down on those. The 34 of Harden gets into it as well. Tough break early at the end of lap 1 here at Vegas. So easy first lap led for the 5. The 81 of John Osborne is the second place machine. 32 of Fagande is third. 4th, Mark Collins. 5th, James Bowden. Got a bunch of viewers here tonight. Got an open stream chat here. If you want to say hello, cheer on your favorite driver, tell us where you're watching from. These caution breaks gives me an opportunity to say hi to you guys. You can say hi back. I'd certainly appreciate it. Don't be shy. Don't bite. Good news is it is early on. There are 2 fast repairs for all of these drivers to take advantage of. So those involved in that wreck, Toby Blakesley, David Harden, both able to burn that fast repair. Not sure, maybe Harden? No, Harden's still here. Blakesley still in the pits. Did he get that thing turned on? Car looks pretty clean. Oh, Blakesley's running to the fridge real quick, or what's going on? The car looks fine. Again, 2 fast repairs to use. Nonetheless, pace car lights are off. We're going to get this thing back underway. Coming to lap 5, we'll get the green flag, and we'll see if we can get this thing going. Chris Goins in the stream chat. Chris Goins, a Lone Star Racing driver, a SCAR Premier Series driver, checking in, loves these ARCA cars. I certainly do too. One of my favorites to call, one of my favorites to drive. They are a blast. Certainly a handful. We do multi-stream, everybody. I see most of you guys are here on the YouTube side. I've got one viewer on the Facebook side, in addition to myself. See Tommy Welch, a newbie to Thumb Thumbs Racing League. I love this broadcast. Tommy, thanks for the kind words, man. We love doing it. This is a league that I'd seen for quite a while. I was more than happy to try and get some of these races broadcast. We were in the running to cover the next season. Just didn't quite add up. I think they'd made some prior commitments, so we couldn't make it work, but the door is not closed. Hopefully we can kind of shoehorn our way into another league, another series, whether it's ARCA or anything else. We'd certainly be happy to do it. Pace car peels off. We're going to try this again here. Coming to the restart. Lap 5 will go on the board.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. We're back underway. Bryce Bohr still with the top spot, putting some distance on second place running, the 32 of Ricky Fagan. I'm going to try different pronunciations until I get it right. Chris Goins, good luck saving those tires. Not easy to do, certainly the case. ARCA certainly taught me how to save tires. Bryce Bohr out to a good advantage, half a second already back to the 32 and 82. Fagan there in the second position, Edward Gulayev. I'm going to go with Gulayev. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a third place running machine. Up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. Good battle between the 53 and 48 machines. That's James Bowden and Zeth Hawley. Zeth Hawley and Bowden. Hawley's nosing out in front for a moment in mid-corner. Now on the bottom. Clears the 53 off turn number 2. Takes the spot. Just ahead of them, we got a battle with the 45 of Collins and the 81, the Ritz Oreo Cracker Machine of John Osborne. See him try to hold off the 45. Zeth Hawley's going to take advantage. He's going to go by the 45 and now looks to go underneath the 81 as well. Again, Chris Goins mentioned it in the stream chat. Good luck saving tires. You see some pace out of the 48 right now. Zeth Hawley on the charge towards the front. But is he doing too much damage to those Goodyear Eagles? In this case, maybe General Tires. I know they switched it up, but everybody's running some old school paint, so that one looks like they're running Goodyears on that 48 Chevrolet. But nonetheless, you push too hard too soon. Usually those first 10 laps, so it makes the difference over the course of a long run. We've been under the green now 6 laps consecutively since we went back under green after our first caution of the day. Ollie definitely making a charge to the front. He's up into the 3rd spot here. The 82 dropping back. That's Edward Gulayev. Pay close attention to the 48 later on in the run. If we continue under the green flag for an extended period of time, you may see the rest of these guys start to reel him back in, complete a pass later on. Eddie Rose in the stream chat. Eddie, thanks for watching. Up front, not much has changed other than the fact that the deficit back to the 32 is certainly shrinking. 2 to 3 car lengths between the 5 of Bohr and Fagand. Crosses the stripe. It's 0.2 of a second. Say at this point, Ricky's certainly caught Bryce. It's just a matter of can he make that pass and get on by and then clear the 5 and drive away. A little bit of aero push going to come into play here when you're that tight up on the back bumper of that machine. It's only a couple of car lengths. You're punching a big hole in the air out in front. You tend to lose the nose. You slide up in the corner just a bit. So you see Ricky backs off just a little at this point in the race. Chris Goins once again talking about tire temperatures. Low lane, heating the tires up. You got to keep them cooled down. It's hard to do. We are all racers at heart. You think you're faster than the guy. You got to reel him in. Takes a lot of discipline to save tires. It's not the easiest thing to do. We're going to keep a close eye on this battle as it heats up for the top spot. Ricky Fagand there in the 2nd position, still 0.2 of a second behind Bryce Bohr. Bohr. I'm not here enough, guys. A lot of new people that I weren't here last time for Atlanta, so I'm still working on the last names. We'll get them eventually. 15 laps down in a hurry. The 5 still out in front from the pole position. He's led every lap to this point. Ricky was able to reel him in pretty quickly. Not sure if that was related to Bryce possibly saving some tire. Again, that's been the topic of conversation, especially with this ARCA car. So Ricky now does lose a little bit of ground. Its deficit now is 0.3 of a second. Ricky might be switching up lanes here, trying to find a faster way around where we get a little more air on the nose of that tide ride. Check on David Welch here, Derek Welch. Derek is now up to the 5th position after a mid-pack start. And a little bit of an excitement off of turn 4 at the end of lap number 1. A little bit of contact in that caution flag. Doesn't seem to have damaged him too terribly much. He did pit, so possibly burning the first of 2 fast repairs, but still solidly in the top 5. Again, everything here tonight's going to be kind of bonus. And point contender Vincent Short not in the race tonight, so Derek's going to gain a significant amount of points in that battle. Derek Welch still working on the back bumper of the number 81. As leaders come to the stripe. Welch still hanging tough there in that 5th position, but he definitely wants more. The 81 of John Osborne next in the sights. Battle heating back up front for the top spot. Bryce Bohr, Ricky Fagand, top 2. Again, Bryce has led every lap to this stage, coming up on lap 21. Ricky has certainly not wavered, was fastest in the practice session, hanging tough there in the wake of the 5. And taking a look to earlier on the practice session, Ricky was quickest. Bryce about a 10th off of that pace, and Bryce is in the wall. Loses the nose on corner entry, gets it in the fence. Doesn't waver too much as he tucks back in the back bumper of the 32 of Ricky Fagand. Ricky takes the top spot, new leader here at lap 22 as the 5 makes a mistake while leading. You're just looking at the practice times between these two. It was a 10th between both of them. Best lap of the night for Ricky is a 30.46. Bryce, 3/100ths of a second faster. Not much different between these two. If you continue to do this the rest of the night, we may have a good battle for the finish for this top spot. Or you never know. Maybe they come together late in the race, take each other out, opens up the door for somebody else, maybe get a first-time win. Guy like Zeph Hawley in the 48, he's up 8 positions since the start of the race. He's just sitting there watching them go at it, seeing the 5 have issues as well. .32 of Fagand has stretched the lead to just under a full second, back to the 5 of Bryce Bohr. Bryce seemed to be trying to experiment a little bit with a different line. Let's take a look and see where he's running into turn 1 here. Does he take the top lane like he has been? That may have been what caused it, but the caution is out. This is the completion of our first stage. So we'll go back and see if things change here with the 5 and the 32. I would assume pit stops are going to occur here. Maybe some tires, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Maybe guys gamble a little and try to save. With that, though, we are going to step aside for a brief moment, take a short break. We'll return. You won't miss anything. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Dumb Thumbs Racing League ARCA Series, and the stage number 1. Ricky Fagan with the stage win. Pit stops complete. A couple more laps. We'll be back under the green flag. A mad dash to lap 50. That'll be stage 2. A shorter stage compared to first. Obviously, we went a full 25 laps. Granted, we did have some caution laps mixed in. But about, I'm guessing, maybe a 20, 21 lap stage to get us to the end of stage 2. And then a 75 lap run to the finish. Currently our leader, the 32, Ricky Fagan, started an outside front row. Bryce Bohr had his issues getting into the fence there for a moment, lost the top spot. Has since slid back to the 5th position during the pit stop. Not sure if he did not want to waste that fast repair, but has lost some positions through the pit cycle. Zeth Hawley now moves up to the 2nd spot. John Osborne, the number 81 Oreo Ritz Cracker Machine, he is 3rd. Jason Kraft 4th. The Root Insurance Toyota Camry. Bryce Bohr, again, we talked about him, dominating the first stage until the very end. Takes 2nd in the stage. He's 5th. Mark Collins, the 45, Numb Thumbs Gaming Machine. He is 6th. James Bowden, the 53, currently running in the 7th position. Edward Gulayev, the 82, Vertigear Machine, is in the 8th position. Double out Joe Bennett. Best name out here, regardless of how he performs. Win, lose, doesn't make a difference. Best name in the field for sure. He runs in the 9th spot. 10th is David Harden, number 34. Big hit early on, the end of lap 1. Burned the fast repair, still with it. Richard Gray is in the 11th position. Chris Clark is 12th, the number 7 Acme Machine. Dave Hoitzman, the number 79. He runs about 12th or 13th as they're doubling up here. Derek Welch up to the 13th position. Tom Barish, 15th. And 16th and last currently, the Sheets Machine, the number 97, Toby Blakesley. Field doubled up, getting ready to go back to the green flag. Pace car lights are off, so we will get the restart here at lap 30. It'll give us 21 laps to complete the stage. So a mad dash. I don't think anybody's going to save tires. You might see some aggression kick up here. Pace car peels off.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. The 32 out to an early advantage over the 48 of Hawley. Certainly a big restart for the 32. 0.4 of a second the advantage back to the 48. A couple car lengths between himself and Osborne, and then a couple more back to the 5. More like 4 or 5 back to the 5 of Bryce Bohr. Didn't take long. Seems that everybody's getting thinned out here. Single file, we got a bit of a battle here with Mark Collins starting between the 45 and the 82 of Gulayev. 53 Interstate Batteries Machine, he's watching it unfold as well. Let's take a look from the roof cam. Joe Bennett going to the outside, taking the spot away. The 53 trying to battle back on the bottom. Too much momentum up top for the double lot. He takes the spot away, move Joe Bennett up to position number 8. Meanwhile, near the front, Bryce Bohr on the move. Up to the third position as he takes the spot from the 81. That's John Osborne in the Ritz Oreo machine. Last lap, the 32 of Fagand ran almost his fastest lap of the day. Fastest lap was a 30:43, turned to 30:50. Definitely getting it around this place. We kind of had that expectation that there wouldn't be a whole lot of tire conservation in this stage. Again, relatively short. 21 laps to complete it from the restart. About 16 left in the stage before we get to complete stage number 2. Top 3 pretty well spread out. Only close battle right now is between John Osborne and Edward Galeev. Galeev looking to the high side, off turn 4, nothing doing, crosses over, looks back to the bottom, has some momentum to work with, got a nose to the left rear of the 81. Side by side into 1. It's going to push the 81 up the track. Gives the spot to the 82 of Galeev. Move Edward up to P4 and the 81 of Osborne back to 5th. Well, I don't know if Bryce is saving tires. We kind of expected guys not to, but he's kind of sliding back a bit. The 82 of Galeev caught him relatively quickly. As soon as he got by the 81, he was right there to the back bumper of the CarQuest Chevrolet. This battle now for the third position between the 5 and the 82. Edward looking to the inside. Both drivers pit at the same time. It looks like they took the same amount of tires. Longer stop for Bohr. Again, that may be to repair some right side damage that was inflicted when he got that car up into the fence. It was minimal, but the straighter you can get them, the cleaner you can get that right side, the better off. You pancake the right side, you lose that right side force. When that thing is hung out in the corner, you want the air to hit it as soon as possible to help prevent it from spinning. If you pancake the right side of the car, it tends to operate a little bit more loose, a little more oversteer mid-corner. Certainly has not lost any pace, it seems. The 5 hanging on to the third position here. Not quite what we expected, though. We thought he'd go to the front and challenge the 32 for the lead relatively quickly. Ricky Fagand still with the top spot. Zeth Hawley there in second. 0.8 of a second back to third. It is Bryce Bohr. And again, Galeev was right there on the charge, but has lost a little bit of ground. Again, I don't know if that's Bryce just getting into the throttle and kind of grabbing that extra gear and going for it. Again, Chris Goins talked early on about getting the tires heated up. Sometimes that can cause an issue. The 82 was battling with John Osborne for a position, where Bohr was not, just kind of taking it easy, running his lap. Might have something to do with the 82 losing ground to Bryce. 10 more laps to complete the stage. Now 9 laps to complete the stage for Ricky Fagand as he continues to lead. He led just a couple of laps at the end of stage 1, but they were the important ones. Ended up winning that stage, and if he keeps on this pace, keeps the gap between himself and Hawley, he's going to win here the second stage. He's got to keep it clean here for another 7 laps, run some perfect laps around Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and he can call it his. Derek Welch has since slipped back to about the 10th position. Remember at the restart he was up in that top 5 area. Again, this is one of your point contenders. Biggest battle between himself and Vincent Short. Vince, again, missing the race tonight. Taking some personal time, going to the racetrack. Going to be a spectator instead of the driver. It's free points for Derek Welch. Watch this battle between Mark Collins, James Bowden, and Double F Joe Bennett. Bowden goes to the bottom here, trying to take the spot away from Mark Collins. Off turn 4, Collins still has the advantage. Not clear is the 53. Has to tuck back in behind. Gonna have to set him up another time, but if he's not careful, the 00 is going to make a move himself, try to take the 7th position away from Bowden. Big run off of turn 4, has to lift. You heard Joe off corner number 4, had a big run out of the corner exit, got to the back bumper of Bowden, but had to check up as to not make contact. Could have been real aggressive there, could have gone to the inside down on the flat, but thought better of it. We're not even halfway, so a patient and smart move out of the driver of the 00. Back on the attack, though, once again, up in that high line, trying to use that for some momentum. Gets his nose to the inside. Bowden slips up off turn number 4. Bennett's going to take the position for a moment, but the 53 might battle back into 1. Takes a look to the inside. Really nothing doing there. Bennett's going to keep that middle lane. Drops it down just a bit to cover the bottom. Corner exit. Bennett's got the spot. P7 for the 00. Battle continues as you see Derek Welch coming into the frame. Looking to the inside of Bowden as well. Nothing doing just yet. Bowden trying to battle back, running a different line, trying to take a peek inside Joe Bennett here, but again, no clear path to get on by. Welch takes a peek to the inside on the 53. He's going to get down there in turn number 3, side by side. Stays low. Caution comes out for the stage break. Ricky Fagan once again takes the stage. That's 2 stage wins for the 32. Eddie Rose in the stream chat. Talking about Vincent Short. Bet she's getting snacks and watching HBR TV. Well, let's hope. So Ricky Fagan, stage 1 and stage 2 winner. Pit stop's just about ready to take place. Pace car is on the track. Stay here to cover the stops. Get a short break in before we go back to green. Pits are open as it looks like everybody and their brother's going to come down pit lane here for service. Again, a short stint, only about 20 laps, that second stage, but nevertheless, everyone's going to opt for some fresh rubber and fuel. It's going to be a long run to the finish here for stage number 3. 75 laps will likely include a green flag stop if we don't have any cautions for cause. See if Fagan gets to his pit box here in clean. Good, clean entry into the box. Right sides go in the air. Crew around to the left. Sunoco Racing Fuel going in. Jack is down, and Fagan is down and away. 14.72 second stop for the Tide ride. Seth Hawley out second. John Osborne out third. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Numb Thumbs Racing League ARCA Series race number 17. Just completing its second stage. I believe the pace car lights are about to go out. If they haven't already, they indeed have. Field formed up 2 by 2, getting ready to go back to green. We will get that green flag. Lap 55, stage 3. Much longer this time. We're talking officially 75 laps, but again, not getting that green flag to lap 55, so about 70 laps or so to the finish. Curious to see if we go all the way without a caution for cause. If that happens, we're going to see green flag stops, I believe. Again, these drivers coming into tonight with 70% fuel load and 4 sets of tires to change over the wall. They've already done 2 sets, so that shouldn't be a problem. We get another caution, they could change another and still have another set in case we have another issue. But the 70% fuel load, I think that's what's going to be the deciding factor here. If we can keep this thing green all the way to the end. Again, green flag stops likely going to come into play. That'll be interesting to see how these guys get on and off pit road. Who can maximize that time as the pace car peels off the racing surface. We get ready to go back under the green flag. Green flag waves. Fagan looked like he left a bit early. And every league is different. Some leagues are utilizing that Geico restart zone. I don't think they're doing it here, so it may be on the leader as soon as the pace car leaves. Many leagues do it that way. But if that's the case, Ricky got away perfect. Maximized that restart. 0.4 of a second advantage back to second place Zeth Hawley. But Zeth and John Osborne battling for that position here as we come to start lap 56. Battle with double out Joe Bennett in the 82 of Gulayev. Joe Bennett down to the bottom. Real tight quarters there. Almost contact between those two cars right in front of Derek Welch. Joe Bennett still tucked in behind the 82 of Gulayev, unable to make that pass. Derek Welch also sitting there. Again, you got to wonder, is Derek just trying to run this thing clean, make it all the way to the finish, just not have a bad night? Utilize that, take the points that you can. You don't have to push so hard to try and beat the other guy, that other guy being Vince Short, who's not in the race tonight. See Gulayev actually losing some connection there for a brief moment. Derek Welch going to the bottom. Joe Bennett stays way up top. Oh, there was some almost contact there. That was close. Good thing Welch caught it coming off the corner. Thought he had room, but last second realized he still had a car outside, but takes the spot, clears Joe Bennett into turns 1 and 2. Derek Welch now up to position number 6. Jason Kraft here on the bottom. He's going for this position. Kraft running in the 8th spot for now. If he can get past Joe Bennett, he can move it up 1. But he's also got the 79 of David Hoitzma trying to take that back away on the high side. The number 79, that yellow machine there in the middle groove, now drops in behind the 23. Kraft slides off turn 2, clears Joe Bennett, move him up to position 7. Joe Bennett having some troubles here late. Not sure if it's a matter of that low lane is just going and the upper lane is not. But Bennett free falling here. Lost a handful of spots already just the last couple of laps. So he may lose one here to Bowden as well. It's been 10 laps since the restart. Can't imagine he's got handling issues already. But then again, maybe it's a strategy. When we're talking about tires, this is the longest stage of the race. Might just be trying to save his equipment till later on. If this does go green, we've only had one caution for cause. That was at the beginning of the race, the end of lap number 1. Everything else has been for the stage, planned cautions. If we go green all the way to the finish, this might work out for the 00, saving some tire, if that is indeed what's going on. Back out front, 32 still with the lead, a full 1.4 seconds back to the number 5 of Bryce Bohr. Bryce started from the pole position tonight, led most of stage 1 except for maybe the last 2-3 laps where the 32 made the pass, won the stage. Bryce finished second. Just past halfway here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So James Bowden working on Joe Bennett again. This will be for the 9th position. Bennett doing a good job of holding on to the spot. Just curious what he's doing to those tires in the meantime. Spoke too soon. Bennett loses the spot. Slides now back to the 10th position. Move Bowden up into 9th. Bennett still continues to fall back into the pack. 10th spot now, going to be 11th in a moment as Mark Collins now looks to the inside. 55 of Tom Barish coming into the picture as well. Being that they're on a 70% fuel load, it's hard to say exactly how long they are going to be able to stay out, how many laps they can wait before hitting pit lane for the final time. Maybe they can make it all the way to the end. I didn't get a fuel window for these guys for this particular event. But who's to say that double-out Joe Bennett's not saving, not trying to just save tires, but maybe fuel as well. Maybe there's a chance that he saves enough he can make it all the way to the end. That's a long way to go to make it to the finish. 70 laps on a 70% fuel load. I won't say it's impossible, but I rely on somebody else to do my fuel calculation when I'm racing. I don't have any idea. I wouldn't even be able to venture a guess as to how much fuel they're going to need to make it to the finish. But nevertheless, there could be strategies at play here. Just going to have to wait and see. Watch everything come to play. Chris Goins asking how many tire sets do they have. They had 4 over the wall, and so far we've had 3 cautions. Technically, really only 2. The first one was the end of lap 1. Nobody's taken tires then. So they technically should have 2 sets over the wall still remaining. So that should not be an issue, even if you wanted to save a set for just in case. I don't see really anybody else trying to stretch this out. Still out front, though. Ricky Fagan out with a 1.56 second advantage over Bryce Bohr, the pole sitter. Coming into play here is Seth Hawley for 3rd. We saw this in a couple of stages where the 48 started to reel in the 5. And in fact, we've seen other guys start to reel in other drivers for position, and they get to about this point, 2 to 3 tenths of a second back, and they just kind of stall out. And we talked about dirty air and the dreaded aero push. You see that already. Anytime you watch a real race, there's going to be a car out in front and a car behind, and the car out in front gets all of that air on the nose of the car. It turns, it steers, it does exactly what you want it to do, but unfortunately, though you have a nice draft down the straightaway, that car in behind, well, he doesn't have all that air on the nose, doesn't have all the downforce because of that, and tends to slide up the racetrack until it can get some air on the nose. Well, you've already started to slide the right front. Now you're heating it up. You're going to lose grip. It's going to throw off that whole set of corners, including that run down the back straightaway. So it kind of throws it away. It's difficult. It's kind of why they decided with this next-gen Cup car, or the current generation Cup car, that most of the downforce is created by the floor of the race car. So they don't have as much of that aero push, though it does still exist. There's no way to completely avoid it. But certainly comes into play here in these ARCA cars. Bennett hanging there in the 11th position. Dave Harden trying to take that spot away. Harden involved in that first lap crash. Again, 2 fast repairs for everybody tonight. Burned 1 right then and there. Got him back in the mix. Stayed on the lead lap. That incident triggered by the 97. Toby Blakesley, who got trouble off turn number 4 with a little bit of contact with Derek Welch. Once again, everybody in the stream chat, we've got a couple on the Facebook side. Usually it's the other way around, but I've got about 18 watching currently over on YouTube. First of all, thank you all for tuning in and watching, whether you a Numb Thumbs Racing League groupie or just watching the HBR TV broadcast. I don't care. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to chat us up here in the stream chat. Cheer on your favorite driver. Who do you want to win? Where are you watching from? Maybe give an opportunity to let you guys know. Like, follow, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications. So you don't miss a moment of the action on HBR TV, whether it's your buddy's league or your league or somebody else's league. It doesn't matter. Don't want to miss anything. We cover a lot of good racing here, a lot of oval stuff. We started to do some road course racing coming up on this Monday. That's going to be the LSR Sports Car Series at Long Beach. That'll be a good one. Last week, Daytona was a blast. Got the SCAR Premier Series on Tuesdays. Right now, Wednesdays are free for now, but not for long. I think next week we start the Old Farts Racing League. Yes, it sounds just like it is. Running the Next Gen Cup car, though, and then Saturdays we still run some of the Numb Thumbs ARCA Series races throughout the balance of this season, and then coming up into August, we've got the LSR Truck Series, Lone Star Racing, on Thursdays, so that'll be fun. Tune in for all of it. Again, thank you all for watching. Please, don't be shy. Jump in here in the stream chat, say hello to us. Love to focus out front, but Ricky Fagan pulling away from P2 in the battle. The fun battle to watch has really been with Joe Bennett, with himself and really most of the field. He was up near that top 5 for a while, battled there for a bit, and has been free-falling since, but continues now battling with the 34 of Dave Harden for this position. Harden's got 9th. Joe trying to get back up inside the top 10. Currently runs 10th. Good one to watch. Chris Goins, you're a busy man, Steve. Yeah, I really am. And he says that one car is really moving. You know, you're right, and we saw that a little bit at the end of stage 2. He was just quietly working his way up towards the front. Again, Derek Welch trying to score as many points as he can here while Vincent Short is, well, on break, I guess you could say. But Derek Welch up into the 4th spot, almost catches a safer barrier off turn 2. He's out there getting it. Got Mike McLean in the stream chat cheering on Jason Kraft, watching from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Mike, thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. $80 laps in of 125. They're clicking away in a hurry. Looks like Joe Bennett has finally finished that fight with Dave Harden, at least for now. It's a couple of car lengths back to the 34. Bennett settles into the 9th position. It's this battle between Dave Hoitzman and Toby Blakesley. Again, Toby involved in that first lap crash. Triggered with himself and Derek Welch making contact. Blakesley goes to the bottom here on Dave Hoitzman. Hoitzman takes the middle lane. A little more momentum off corner exit. Maintains the spot. This is for the 12th position. Actually, 11th spot. Hoitzman in 11th. Blakesley in 12th. Another driver that's fallen back. We see there the Interstate Batteries machine. James Bowden in the 13th position. Get going, son. Jason Kraft. It's Marlea Kraft. I hope I'm saying it right. I can barely get the names right in the race, let alone in the stream chat. But either way, cheer them on, guys. Cheer on everybody. Whoever you're rooting for, we'd love to hear from you. Speaking of Jason Kraft, give him a little spotlight here. The Root Insurance number 23 Toyota Camry runs in the 7th position currently. He's up 3 spots from the start of the race, so far so good. Forward progress is a good thing. Watching the leader, Ricky Fagan, a full second back to Bryce Bohr, but take a peek. That deficit is shrinking. Still a full second back to the 5, but a little bit at a time. The 5 is reeling in the 32. Bryce Bohr clicking off about 1/10 of a second a lap quicker right now. Slowly but surely starting to reel in the leader. Again, feel free to ignore the naked HD in the stream chat. Guys are spamming me every week lately. Taking a look at the lap times here between our leaders, Fagan and Bohr. 1/2 to 3/4 of a 1/10 a lap quicker right now is the 5. Again, we talked about how the closer you get to the car in front, the less air you've got on the nose. We'll see how badly that affects the 5 as he starts to close down on the 32. Chris Cones. But they're the primary sponsor in Drew Blaze. Again, as many of you may not know that name, Drew Blaze. He's a driver in the LSR Lone Star Racing stables, whether it's trucks, cup, doesn't seem to matter. Anything with a steering wheel, he'll get behind it. But he's had that Naked HD sponsorship on his car. More as a joke. Give me a hard time. Tommy Welch, the one car having quite the rise to the front. You're absolutely right. Slowly but surely making his way into the top 3 now. Again, Derek involved a little bit in that first lap crash. Minimal damage, if any. He did go down pit road at some point to get that damage repaired. I don't know if it was via fast repair or the old-fashioned way, but nonetheless, Derek being very thoughtful, very calculating, I guess you could say, working his way towards the front, not ruffling too many feathers, if any. But here he is, slowly but surely, and he's running lap times right with the leaders right now. In fact, within 200ths, in fact, faster than the top 2 at the moment. Some pit stops beginning to get going here under the green flag. We did expect this. In fact, Jason Kraft, he's on the pit road as well as others. Mark Collins, Dave Hoitzma, Toby Blakesley, Dave Harden, Chris Clark, Tom Barish, basically everybody mid-pack and back hits pit road first here, lap 92. Right side tires going on the 23 machine. Crew around to the left side. Yep, 4 tires and fuel for the 23 Root Insurance Camry. Jason Kraft down and away. Full service here under the green flag. Likely final stops of the night, unless we get a caution and someone wants to gamble with tires. And here comes the leader. Ricky Fagan down pit road, almost misses pit entry. Hopefully got that thing woed down in time. Derek Welch takes over the top spot in the meantime. Second place, Bryce Bohr. He is down pit road as well. Same time. This is going to be the decider here. We got to watch these guys, see how pit stops, pit lane time, everything, see how it pans out, see who gets the advantage, who got the most of that entry and exit. Again, right side tires Brand new General Racing tires going on that Tide ride. Also a 4-tire stop. Bryce Bohr, 4 tires as well. He's down and away. While Derek Welch, he's in the pit box. See if Derek gambles here with 2 only. Didn't think so. 4 tires and fuel as well for the Dep Racing Graphics #1 Numb Thumbs gaming machine. '81 from the lead. He hits pit lane. Double out Joe Bennett, Richard Gray. Off turn number 4, Fagan's going to retake the top spot here. Lap 96 will go on the board. 30 to go. So through that cycle as the leaders pit, Fagan had about a 1 second, less than a 1 second advantage over the 5 of Bryce Bohr. That gap is now increased to 1.4 seconds. However, Bohr is running a little bit faster, was a 1/10 of a second faster that last time by. We'll see if Bryce is going to save anything from now to the finish of this race. While we were on board with Bryce, you saw a little bit of a mistake there out of the 5. A little wiggle, had to check up. Lost about 3/10 of a second off leader Ricky Fagan. Again, Ricky seemed to be much faster, at least on the new tires. This last time by a 30.57 to Bryce's 30.94. Since we've gone through the final cycle of pit stops, let's try to work our way through the field here. Again, the leader, Ricky Fagan, started outside front row. So far has won stage 1, he's won stage 2, and he's currently leading, possibly on his way to win this race and sweep the night. Bryce Bohr, though, he'd love nothing better than to fix that, change that outcome, and put the 5 CarQuest Chevy in victory lane instead. The gap's 1.7 seconds with 26 laps to go. We'll see if Bryce can track down Ricky and take over that top spot and potentially a checkered flag. Don't look now. Derek Welch, again, still hanging tight there in the 3rd position, albeit 5.3 seconds back from the top spot. He's got 26 laps to go to slowly work his way towards the front. That car did come alive at the end of that fuel run. Catches a little bit of the wall off corner exit. Keep a close eye on the Numb Thumbs Gaming #1 and see if he can track down these leaders. 4th position is the 48 is Zeth Hawley. And Zeth started the 12th position. He's passed 7 cars, so biggest mover on the night so far. He's been a continuous runner up in the top 5 most of the evening, so maybe a mistake in qualifying because he's certainly got some pace out there. John Osborne, the 81, also a front runner we've seen most of the evening up in that top 5, the 81 Oreo Ritz Crackers Chevy. Edward Gulayev, in the 6th spot, right where he started, and still having a solid run. He's been pretty racy tonight. Jason Kraft, the number 23. Again, Jason out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in the Root Insurance Camry. Up 3 spots from 10th. He runs 7th. Mark Collins, the 45, out of Castlewood, Virginia. The Numb Thumbs Gaming. Looks like it's got the Rainbow Warrior paint scheme, or at least a William Byron style paint scheme with the Numb Thumbs Gaming on it. Good looking car, I gotta say. You certainly can't miss it. Mark's currently running in the 8th spot, down 4 positions. Dave Hoytsma up 3 spots in the 9th position. The Honeycuts, great haircuts for men, number 79. Of course, Double Out Joe Bennett, running in the 10th position out of Jacksonville, Florida. Toby Blakesley, the number 97 Sheets Machine. Toby's down a couple of spots, running 11th. David Harden in 34. Got the rustic look on that Chevy. David, again, good recovery from the start. Had an issue at the end of first lap. Currently running 12th. Richard Gray in the 110, the Mick Ultra Machine out of Concord, North Carolina. Apologize, Richard. I haven't seen this car much tonight. It's a good-looking paint scheme, I'm not going to lie. Not a fan of the beer, but to each their own. Chris Clark in the 7, the Acme Corporation number 7. He runs in the 14th position. James Bowden down to 15th. Again, we saw him further up in the field. Don't know if he had an issue getting in and out of pit lane, but running in the 15th spot. And then we have Tom Barish, the 55 Numb Thumbs Gaming Machine. He runs in the 16th position. It's your full field rundown here with 21 laps to go from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Ricky Fagan continues to lead. Interesting point to note here. Everybody's on the lead lap. Now, okay, there's 16 cars, but more often than not, you're going to have some guys a lap down at this stage of this race, especially with 125 lap race distance to get covered. We've had one caution for cause. These guys put on a good show. Yeah, Fagan's out to a 3-second advantage over Bryce Bohr. He certainly dropped the hammer, but is he given too much too soon? We'll see. With all that said, we still have tires over the wall. If caution does come out, I'd imagine you're going to see some guys maybe gamble and stay out. I think the one that's got the biggest decision to make if that happens is going to be the 32. If he goes down pit lane, you might see everybody stay out, at least depending on when the caution falls, if we get one. Or vice versa. He stays out, everybody behind him's coming down pit road. And then you're a dead duck because it makes a huge difference at this stage in the race. This many laps on the tires, new versus old. Fagan to be a sitting duck. As soon as I talk about no cars a lap down, sorry, Tom. Tom Barish in the 55 falls into the clutches of the 32, loses a lap. Now, he is the first car 1 lap down, though, so if we get a caution, we got the lucky dog. He'd get back on the lead lap, get to work his way back around to the tail end of the lead lap. So that works out for him. Certainly no point in giving up at this point of the race. 17 laps to go, 32 in command. Last lap for Fagan, a 31.51. Bryce Bohr, a 31.54. So not a significant difference between the two, but the 5 certainly not closing the gap. And with 17 to go, he's going to need something to happen if he's going to get up there and challenge for the win. Right now, it doesn't look like anyone's going to challenge the 32, at least at this point. Meanwhile, Derek Welch, he's starting to track down Bryce Bohr. Again, Derek, I don't think he's going to risk a ton to take that second position away. I think he'd be happy with the top 3 for sure. Be certainly a decent amount of points that he could gain on Vincent Short. Laps to go. Jason Kraft working that Larson line way up top mid-corner, trying to build some momentum. Don't know if that was intentional or had an issue, but the number 23 might be losing this spot here to double out Joe Bennett. This is for the 7th position. Joe's got it right now. He drops to the inside. Kraft slips back a spot. Brian Boyd in the stream chat. Had to stop by, brother. Hope you're well. Brian, thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate it. You as well. So we see Kraft looking back to the inside, trying to repass Joe Bennett, take the spot back away through 3 and 4. This might be the battle to watch on the racetrack here with 12, now 13 laps to go. Good racing is good racing. I don't care if it's for P1 and 2 or 7th and 8th. Kraft goes to the high side again, definitely building some momentum. It's a fine line to walk. It's faster. It's a longer distance, but it's faster. Problem is, if you make one simple mistake, you've got about 6 inches before you hit the safer barrier. Kraft back to the bottom now. These two going at it's going to allow Mark Collins to close up. In fact, he's there too. Now we got a 3-car battle for these positions. Kraft way up high again. Making it look good. Tommy Welch in the stream chat. Great racing from these guys. Yeah, this is a fun one to watch. Oh, and he gets into the wall. Jason Kraft scrapes the outside safer barrier while battling with Joe Bennett. Not a big hit, but again, right side. If you flatten it out, it's going to be harder to keep that thing hung out in the corner. Loses 2 spots. Joe Bennett, Mark Collins both take advantage. Joe Bennett now trying to take the spot back away from Mark Collins. Mark was the big beneficiary there. Got 2 spots out of the deal with 9 laps to go. Joe Bennett now way up to the top side. Jason Kraft going to try and take advantage as well. Kraft thinking, you go ahead, you go up there. I already made that mistake. Mark Collins clears them both. Move the 45 up to P7. Joe Bennett still not giving up here with 7 laps to go, trying to get that spot back from Mark Collins. Every position matters. They all pay points. Mark Collins loses a little bit of grip in the corner. He slides up to the outside, stays off the wall, opens the door for Bennett. This is off turn number 4. They go to the line. Collins is going to maintain the spot for now. We'll see if Bennett can line him up, set him up for another pass here off turn 2. Talked about it a little bit at the end of stage number 2. These guys spent stage number 2 really pushing the envelope, not necessarily worried about saving tires at that stage, but the longest stage of the night right here. It's about 75 laps. Green flag stops happen right in the middle, so these guys might be on kill mode, not necessarily worried about trying to save at this point. Seems that everybody's being aggressive. The battle is on. Again, Joe Bennett has kind of been the focus tonight. He's been in a lot of these battles throughout the night. He's raced everybody clean. It's been fun to watch. Runs in the 8th spot, trying to get that position back from Mark Collins. Move that 00 into the 7th spot. Nothing doing yet. 5 to go. And back out front, Ricky Fagan still with the lead, 2.6 seconds back is the 5 of Bryce Bohr. Another 2nd and 3/10 behind Bryce is the 1 of Derek Welch. Ricky's going to get 3 laps to go. He's got to keep the nose clean for 3 more circuits around Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and he's going to have himself a win. Jason Kraft now, Dave Hoytsma battling to stay in the top 10 here. Hoytsma has position 10. Kraft is 9th. Richard Gray's about 4.7 seconds back, not likely to play a factor in this battle. Back up front, Ricky Fagan, the number 32 Tide Ride, still with the lead. Crosses the stripe, takes the white flag. One more time around for Ricky Fagan, and he's going to see the checkered flag. Started outside front row. He won practice, couldn't quite win qualifying, was just a tick shy. Didn't matter, though. He won stage 1. He's won stage number 2. Looking for a checkered flag through turns 3 and 4, and he's going to win here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Fagan crosses the start-finish line, takes the checkered flag. He wins here in Vegas. Bohr finishes in the 2nd position. Derek Welch brings the one machine home to a clean 3rd place finish. John Osborne was 4th. Seth Hawley, tough break for the 48. Good finish, a top 5, but really thought he had a top 3 in it, but not tonight. Ricky gets to start finish, begins his celebration. Victory donuts. Ricky put on a show tonight, certainly a clinic at hand. As he continues to celebrate, we're going to step aside for a break, get our top 3 finishers in for interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Numb Thumbs Racing League ARCA Series, race number 17 from, well, Las Vegas, Nevada. 32, Ricky Fagan has taken the top spot, taking the checkered flag in dominating performance. We're going to try and go down right now and get a word with Ricky here in just a moment. I think Ricky's with us. In fact, we've got everybody. We'll pull Ricky into the broadcast booth. Rick, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a good copy?
Sure. How are you tonight?
Doing excellent. Not quite as good as you, though. You won stage 1. You won stage 2. You take the checkered flag. You won everything but the pole. Tell us about your night.
We had a really good car there at the first 20 laps or so, and then after that, I was really trying to move around the track a little bit to try to find what was still fast. I think I was giving up some time there, searching different lines there. I think I've always come here and run the outside lane here. In 1 and 2, and probably in the middle of the track 3 and 4. But tonight it seemed like the bottom was really fast tonight. So, yeah, the car was really good, really loose. If I could hold on to it and keep the thing out front, it was going to be hard to make a pass. So, just trying to get good, clean pit stops and have the track position out front to dictate the starts. It was really gonna play a huge role there. So, I had a good run on pit road, good off, and we brought it home in first, so it was a really good night.
Very, very good night. We saw Bryce was with the lead there for the majority of the first stage. 2 to 3 laps before the stage end, you take over the top spot. Was there a mistake made by the 5, or do you just find a better way around?
Well, I think Bryce was looking in his mirror, and I don't know if he was thinking he was making some mistakes on the bottom, but he just rolled over and let me take the lead there, so we took it.
Absolutely.
But I know I was certainly paying attention to him and on the second run, and then certainly the final run. I don't know if he may have found the wall at some point, or if he even tried to save some gas, but he lost probably a second and a half to me, and was able to maintain. So I don't know what happened there. He must have got loose or something, but I certainly had my eyeball on him, and Derek as well. Even about 5 seconds back, he had the fresher tires and was closing the distance. So. Just needed to get to the checkered flag before then. That was the goal.
Well, you managed to make it work. You got the stage win, stage 1, stage 2, checkered flag, race win. You really can't ask for more here tonight. Congratulations on the victory here at Las Vegas. Ricky, before we let you go, is there anybody you need to thank?
Well, I want to thank you for doing the broadcast. And I'll be honest, I don't really know what the name of the company is, but we'll you shout it out after I'm done. You're more than welcome to.
HBR TV.
HBR?
Correct.
All right. I want to thank you for doing this. I know the replays are an entertaining facet of league racing, and it's fun to go back and watch them. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank the Outcast team. I know Saturday nights is usually hit or miss for most of us. We focus a lot on Sunday nights, so I want to give a shout out to those guys and all the drivers here at Numb Thumbs. I know a lot of clean racing, a lot of respect for everybody in here, and I want to thank them. So,
all right, Rick. Well, again, congratulations, man. Good luck next week.
All righty, Steve. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good rest of the night. That was your race winner, Ricky Fagan, the number 32 Tide Ride. Again, he won the stages, both stages, plus the race. Kind of swept the night with the exception of the pole position. That one's got to sting a little bit, but I'm sure he would not trade a win for a pole position. Next, we're going to go to the 5 of Bryce Bohr. Let's see if we can pull Bryce up in here. Bryce, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Steven.
Bryce, congratulations on a runner-up finish. I'm sure it's not what you were looking for. That thing looked really good out in front first stage. I think you led 95% of that, but possibly a mistake made late in that stage. You gave up the lead. What exactly happened there?
Yeah, I just noticed really didn't have much experience running around on that track, so I was watching in the rear view there, Ricky. He was running there in the middle, and I noticed the momentum he was gaining there through the exit. So typically I'm a guy to run up high, and if he was getting that in the middle, I figured let me sling it up way up by the wall, and hope I was gonna be able to get some runs out of there. But there was just no grip up there, and it seemed to be faster the lower you were. But
Well,
Just searching around.
you laid down a blistering lap in qualifying, took the pole position. Again, you led most of that first stage. You looked real strong out there. Still came home second spot, maybe a little bit of a rebound here after a long pit stop. But was there anything you could have done to reel in Ricky, or just needed more time?
Yeah, just mistakes. The car was real loose on fresh tires, and I knew it, but, just getting onto that paint in the corner just made it even more slick for me. So there was 2 times where I actually did lose the back end coming out of the corner, and I have to save it. So I think if it weren't for those 2 mistakes there, I probably could have given him a little run for his money.
Well, would have been fun to watch. Either way, great race. Congratulations on P2. And before we let you get out of the booth, is there anybody that you need to thank?
Everybody. I think you did a hell of a job there, HBR TV. If you haven't heard of them, hear from them now, because it was a great broadcast. I watched a little bit there through the cautions, and I enjoyed the replays, the commentating, and it just all worked well. I thank these guys for allowing me to run with them here and then. So, I thank everybody here.
Bryce, thanks for the kind words, man. Good luck going into next week.
Cool.
It's Bryce Bohr, your second place finisher. Next up, it's Mr. Numb Thumbs himself. Let's go to Derek Welch. Pull him up into the broadcast booth. Derek, Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Derek, congratulations, man. Slowly but surely worked your way up into a top 3. You passed, I think it was 5 cars, essentially, from where you started tonight. A good points night for certain. No Vincent Short to worry about, so it's kind of like free money. Tell us about your night.
Well, it started off pretty rough. I don't know if the 82 got in behind me and spun me out, and got in a wreck there, and I forgot to take off my tires. So I wasted a set of tires on that very first lap of the race. So I was in tire saving mode the entire race, checking up early in the corners, and that made my car a long running car, and I was catching the leaders after ended every run. But at the last part there, I was trying to catch Bryce, try at least get a second position, but I think I ran a little too hard, and I was praying to God it would be no caution, because there was a caution, I would probably finish last place.
Oh, no. Well, it was certainly fun to watch. You were certainly, like you said, a long-run car. We were watching the live timing, and lap after lap, you just kept gaining ground. And really, the last couple laps of the race, your lap times were matched with the top 2. So, well done, sir. Congratulations on that. It was a good run. Again, a good points night going into next week. Derek, before we let you go, man, is there anybody you need to thank?
None Thumbs Gaming. Each and everybody at None Thumbs Gaming, love them. Wouldn't be here without them. DEP Paint Graphics, he paints all my cars for me, and every car he does for me is magnificent jobs. I always get compliments on the cars I drive, and Mr. Douglas Stuckley, my partner in crime, me and him both owns None Thumbs Gaming, and this is the first time I've been in the podium with you guys, and y'all do an excellent job, great job, and I can't wait to this playoffs, man. Me and Vince is gonna battle it out.
Well, Derek, again, thanks for the kind words, man. We are certainly looking forward to that playoff battle going forward in the next weeks to come. It's going to be a fun one to watch for certain.
Oh, you also got a naked HD problem in your chat.
Yeah, what else is new? I feel like that happens to me every damn race. I don't know what to do. I keep trying to restrict the chat and all that, but sometimes you got people that really want to chat and they can't because I lock it down, so I just try to hide them as much as I can. It is what it is.
All right, bro.
Derek, thanks for chatting with us. Good luck next week.
You too, brother.
Was Derek Welch your third place finisher here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway? That wraps up our top 3 interviews, but let's take a look at our official race results. Of course, we heard from our top 3, Ricky Fagan, Bryce Bohr, Derek Welch. Fourth place finisher was John Osborne, the 81 machine. Fifth place finisher, Zeth Hawley. Good run out of the 48. We saw him up there in the top 3 for a little while as well. Sixth place finish, Edward Galeev. Again, I might be saying it wrong. Trying my best. Mark Collins. Numb Thumbs Racing Machine finished in the 7th spot. Double Lot Joe Bennett. Great great work out of the 00 tonight. He had to fight hard for that 8th position. There was plenty of challengers that he had to put up with throughout the course of the night. A great run by Joe Bennett, top 10, 8th place in that 00. Jason Kraft, the number 23, had some family in the stream chat cheering him on here tonight. Another top 10 for the 23, finished 9th. Dave Hoitzma, the number 79, brings it home also with a top 10 in the 10th position. Both drivers out of Kraft Hollister Racing. 11th finisher was Richard Gray in the 110 machine. Chris Clark was 12th. David Harden was 13th. Toby Blakesley with Banger Bros Motorsports, he finished in the 14th position. Tom Barish was 15th. And James Bowden, unfortunately, one lap down in the 16th final position on the track. It's really going to wrap it up for us here at HBR TV. If you haven't already done so, please like, follow, share, subscribe. This way you don't miss a minute of the action every week, whether it's Numb Thumbs Racing, Superior Class Auto Racing Premier, LSR Sports Car, LSR Trucks, Old Farts Racing. Yeah, that's a league too. It's going to be a fun season here coming into the end of the summer, into early fall. Stay with us, man. Tell your friends if you got a league that's looking for a broadcast. We don't have a lot of openings right now, but we're trying to go 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. We've got Saturdays at the moment with obviously Numb Thumbs, but we're trying to open up the weekends at least a little bit. With all that said, we appreciate it. If you're looking for some other races to watch, again, coming up Mondays, we talked about it quite a bit. The LSR Sports Car Series, that is a multi-class series. That's going to be the Dallara LMP2 with the GT3 cars. So multi-class racing. We've already got one race in from Daytona. That was last Monday. Coming up this Monday, it's going to be Long Beach, California, the street course. We've got big fields here, so this one's going to be real interesting to watch. Tight quarters, fast-paced race cars. You've got race cars that are much faster than the GTs, and they have to figure out how to negotiate their way around those cars. It could be a disaster, or it could just be a really great race. Tuesdays, we've got the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series. Chris Goins was actually in our stream chat. He is one of the competitors there, most recent winner, in fact, cheering us on and actually tuned into this Numb Thumbs broadcast. Tune in for that. It's at usually 8:45 in the East on Tuesdays. Great racing, very competitive. Usually got 20 or 30 car fields on a regular. Wednesdays, again, that'll be the Old Farts Racing League. That's going to be the Next Gen Cup Series, current Gen Cup Series. Thursdays are going to be the LSR Truck Series, and that's coming up at the end of August. So again, tune in for that, a 10-race season for those guys as well. That wraps it up for me. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for interacting within the stream chat. No thank you to Naked HD. You're making my life very difficult. Please stop. I gotta figure it out. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you at the next one.